Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, we're going to talk about the East-West Shrine game. All right, this is the first really major college, pre-draft bowl game, you could say, all-star game. The East-West Shrine game. So it was on today, NFL Network. I got a chance to take a look at the game and some of the prospects that stood out. I'm going basically by what I saw in the game and players that stood out. So the guys that stood out were DeAngelo Brown, defensive tackle from Louisville. Trey, Hendrickson, defensive end, Florida Atlantic. Dare Ogunbowale, running back from Wisconsin. Fabian Moreau, cornerback from UCLA. Deatrich Wise Jr. from Arkansas, defensive end. And Taylor McNamara, tight end from USC. Okay. So let's get into the discussion here. That means cat mode here. Serious mode time, because we're talking about draft here. We've moved completely on from the regular season and the playoff loss. So we're full speed ahead to the draft. So let's get into it. Okay, DeAngelo Brown. He measures anywhere from 6 foot to 6'1", depending on what site you look at online here. But he had a good game. Defensive tackle, run stuffer, got some penetration in the game. Obviously, this guy probably played with Malik Collins, another Louisville alumni. So could be a guy that could be, a rotational player, could contribute to the defensive line, possibly be in the rotation, 1 tech possibly, or 3 tech rotational guy. Trey Hendrickson, defensive end. This guy has pretty good motor, nonstop. He looked good in the game. Florida Atlantic, of course. So looking at these guys here in this game, I'm looking for defenders, defensive line, and quarterbacks. Okay, but there were some other players that stood out. Like I said, Dare Ogunbowale from Wisconsin. I was looking at this guy, and during the game, they had him in there. Third, he looks like a third down back. He can block. He'll hit the linebacker, so he's got good blocking. He'll catch the ball. So to me, this guy would be an upgrade over Lance Dunbar, and he'll block, not like Dunbar. Okay. So if we're looking to add any kind of depth in later rounds or whatever, who knows what round he'll get drafted in. Okay, and then we also have Fabian Moreau, cornerback from UCLA. He's measured up he's got some good size to him. And he looks like a player that could contribute immediately. In this game, he was all over the field, contributed on special teams. Cowboys, obviously, they're going to have a need for secondary players, depending on what they do with Morris Claiborne or Brandon Carr. They keep one or the other, both or neither, or if they bring in a free agent. So let's keep an eye on him. Fabian Moreau, cornerback, UCLA. Deatrich Wise Jr., defensive end from Arkansas. He was pretty disruptive in this game as well. This is a guy that could take a look at. See what he does. We need another pass rusher here. So the more bodies we can get in here, the better. And Taylor McNamara, tight end. I just have a feeling the Cowboys are going to add a tight end somewhere in this draft. Fortunately, it's not something that the Cowboys fans like to hear, considering how many times we've drafted a tight end in the 2nd round or 4th round, however you want to see it. Taylor McNamara, to me, looks like another Jeff Swain, H-back type tight end over at USC. Run blocker is really his specialty. But that's something the Cowboys like. They like their tight ends to be able to block. Jeff Swain was a good blocker for us this season. Whenever he got injured and was sent to IR, the running game kind of suffered a little bit, kind of fell off just a little bit. So, I'm sure we're going to get Jeff Swain back, and Rico Galler's still another project they're working on. But Taylor McNamara could be another guy that they could put into the mix. But yeah, East-West Shrine game has some decent talent in here. But these are the guys that stood out to me. Next week, we'll be looking at the Senior Bowl. Okay, that's where we see a lot of talent here. You know, seniors have a lot of experience. Guys that go anywhere from the first round. You know, that's the game I like to watch. East-West Shrine game. It's a good game, but Senior Bowl, that's where it's at. All right, so we'll be back for the next video. Thanks.